Detroit Lions are entering a period of great anticipation for the upcoming season. And with free agency on the horizon, new opportunities are emerging that could change the direction of the team in the coming years. Recently, the news that the Seattle Seahawks decided to release safety Raan Jenkins caused quite a stir among NFL fans, and it's not hard to understand why. Jenkins' arrival in Detroit could be exactly what the team needs to solidify its defense and become a more competitive team. However, the impact of his addition goes beyond just his experience or individual skills. He can bring with him a series of elements that will help transform the Lions' defense into a more dominant force on the field. In recent years, the Detroit Lions have made great strides. Under the leadership of head coach Dan Campbell and GM Brad Holmes, the Lions have invested in a young and promising roster, but there are still some gaps that need to be filled. While the defense has shown signs of improvement, especially in 2023, the safety position remains a big question mark. Kerby Joseph, who has been one of the most solid and reliable players on defense, is a key piece, but beyond him, things become more uncertain. Brian Branch, who has been versatile, may end up in the slot or, if needed, as a safety, but this has yet to be confirmed. There is also the question of Ifeatu Melifonwu, whose future with the team is still unclear, leaving this position in a state of flux. Lauren Strickland and Maurice Norris, in turn, are interesting options, but both are undrafted players without the experience that a veteran of Jenkins' caliber can offer. This is where Raan Jenkins' arrival could prove to be a game-changing piece to elevate the defense and provide more security to the team. Jenkins' signing would not only bring experience but also a versatility that the Lions desperately need to reinforce their defense. Since entering the NFL, Jenkins has been a consistent player capable of adapting to various roles within the defensive backfield. His ability to play both free safety and strong safety, and even in the slot, is exactly the type of flexibility the Lions need to cover the multiple offensive threats that the NFL presents. This is particularly important because Detroit's defense has been trying to find a balance between safeties who can not only defend the pass but also stop the run, which has often exposed weaknesses in the defensive line. If there's one thing Jenkins has in abundance, it's an aggressive mentality, which makes him a perfect fit for the Lions' style of play. He's not just a reactive player, waiting for the opposing offense to come to him. Jenkins is proactive, attacking plays and pressuring the quarterback on blitzes when needed. This characteristic is extremely valuable for the Lions because it adds an element of surprise to the defense, making opposing offenses have to worry about the possibility of a safety blitzing at any moment. Jenkins has consistently stood out in doing exactly that throughout his career. He's the kind of player who can change the pace of a game with a pivotal play, whether it's intercepting a pass, forcing a fumble, or pressuring the quarterback to create a defensive play that benefits the team. Jenkins has also been impressive against the run, which makes him an essential presence in Detroit's defense. While many NFL defenses tend to focus heavily on the passing game, a balanced defense also needs to be effective against the run. Jenkins has shown throughout his career that he has a keen ability to disrupt run plays and force running backs to look for alternative routes. His ability to position himself intelligently, align correctly, and make secure tackles is something the Lions can exploit to improve their defense against the run, which has often been a weak point in recent years. Jenkins' addition could bring the necessary stability to this aspect of Detroit's defense. Another aspect that cannot be underestimated is Jenkins' impact on the locker room and team culture. His experience in big games and his winning mentality could be exactly what the Lions need to push the team through high-pressure situations. Jenkins is not just a leader on the field, but also off it. His ability to guide younger players and pass on his knowledge of how to handle the ups and downs of the NFL would be a huge asset to the Lions. He's the type of veteran who can help mold the future of younger players like Kerby Joseph and even Brian Branch, who are still finding their identities as safeties in the league. Jenkins' presence could have a multiplying effect, improving the overall performance of the team and helping them overcome challenging moments throughout the season. The financial aspect also makes Jenkins a smart acquisition for the Lions. The free agency market is always unpredictable, but Jenkins seems to be an excellent cost-benefit opportunity. It is estimated that he could sign a one-year contract worth approximately $5.75 million, an amount that, considering his skill level and experience, is a bargain for the Lions. This means that Detroit wouldn't have to commit a substantial portion of their salary cap to secure a veteran who could make an immediate impact on the defense. This type of short-term contract also provides flexibility for the Lions to adjust their financial situation in the future while testing Jenkins' contribution to the team without taking on major financial risks. When thinking about the long-term impact Jenkins could have on the team's plans, it's important to note that his arrival could be a catalyst for future changes on the defense. The presence of a player of his caliber could inspire the rest of the roster to push even harder, creating a competitive environment that would elevate the performance of all players. Detroit's defense has shown clear signs of growth, but Jenkins, a rival, could accelerate that process and help the team become one of the most formidable units in the NFC. In addition to his on-field ability, Jenkins' leadership qualities make him an ideal candidate to help the Lions' defense further evolve. Over the years, Detroit has been building a strong foundation of young talent, and Jenkins could act as a mentor to help these players take the next step. His leadership extends beyond strategy and technique. He brings a mindset of accountability and a work ethic that can set the tone for the entire defense. Young players like Joseph and Branch would benefit immensely from his tutelage, not only in the X's and O's of the game, but also in how to approach the mental and physical challenges of playing in the NFL. Furthermore, Jenkins' presence could have a ripple effect on the entire Lions defense, not just the safety group. His experience in various defensive schemes allows him to be a versatile asset who can help communicate and organize the backfield. His role could extend beyond simply being a safety. He could also help with defensive adjustments, offering a perspective that comes from years of playing in different systems. This would not only improve the cohesiveness of the secondary, but also elevate the communication and overall performance of the entire defense. Finally, Jenkins' potential arrival in Detroit may be the key to elevating the Lions to true playoff contention. If the defense can become more consistent and formidable, Detroit could see significant improvements in their win-loss record. Jenkins is the kind of player who can help turn games in Detroit's favor with clutch performances when it matters most. His ability to make timely plays could be the difference in a close game, and with the Lions on the cusp of being a competitive force, Jenkins could be the final piece needed to push them into the upper echelons of the NFC. The combination of youth, talent, and experience could finally give the Lions the defense they need to complement their offensive firepower. If the Lions want to continue growing into one of the NFL's most promising teams, adding a player like Jenkins could be the definitive step in completing the defense. Jenkins possesses the skills, experience, and mindset needed to take the Lions to the next level, and his signing would be a masterstroke for a team that is very close to being competitive in all aspects of the game. In the end, signing Raan Jenkins could be a foundational move to transform the Detroit Lions from a promising team into a legitimate threat in the NFL. If you're as excited as we are about the possibility of seeing Raan Jenkins in a Lions uniform and helping the defense become even stronger, don't forget to follow Lions News Fan Report for more analysis and updates on all of the team's moves. Stay up to date with everything that's to come, and subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss any of the latest news about the Detroit Lions' promising future.